What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today with my final video of 2019. I want to wish everybody a very happy, healthy, and safe new year. Before we get to that, though, I've got one more card show recap to do. Back in the Motor City, always nice to be around my old stomping grounds for the Troy show. Pretty average selling-wise, above average buying-wise, and that's kind of been the narrative here throughout the month of December. Got a lot of slabs, and by a lot of slabs I mean this giant stack. So a lot of good buys there, and then some new Cabreras from my collection. So I'm going to show those off. I also kind of want your guys' feedback on something that I've been thinking about over the weekend, so I will talk about that here in a second. But before we get to that, I did manage to get a clip of the show early on Friday morning before everybody had set up. I got there really early because I wanted to try to see if I can buy out a dollar box, which ties into my discussion here in a minute. So here's a little 2-minute clip. It kind of shows off my table in depth, how my setup looks, and then I also take a little pan around the venue to show you kind of what the show floor somewhat looks like. Obviously, a lot of people hadn't arrived yet. So hang tight. Here comes the little clip.
5 and 6 year olds. His age.
So he kills.
He's first two.
That I can't help. Right. That's not fun for him.
That's what I say. I couldn't. They have a team now right now. 11 championship. I couldn't even stand it. You got some wax? Look at you. These are old. This reminds me of. I remember old these boxes with my dad. 99 Ultra, 97, 96. This stuff.
That was good.
That was good.
Well, that was Jake Plum.
Well, it was.
Right? Corey Dillon.
Yeah. And I remember these don't those have the, oh no, these don't have points. Do these have the
Bronze, silver, and gold.
Yeah.
So you can get a gold refractor.
Yeah.
Right? So that would be silver. Is that a series?
Unless, did they
Series one.
Did they backdoor all that stuff?
I'm sure.
Remember what they did with all the company certified stuff? The pure gold.
Yep. 30. Go another.
What is that mechanic going on?
Nice. Nice hobby.
Yeah, right? That's David Adams. I went to, this is before eBay like got really going. I go to that Gibraltar show. David Adams got like, they used to set up, you know, Steel City and all those guys. They had like 3 showcases with all this certified pure gold stuff. I'm like, how am I supposed to be working with these two guys? Find out.
That's not working.
Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that little clip. Let's get into the cards that I picked up. So I'll talk about this here while I go through my Miggys. I ended with 1,982 Miggys as my count after these pickups here. So a little short of the 2K by 2020 goal, but it will happen in 2020. I will get there probably sooner rather than later. And I had a phenomenal year for my PC, so definitely very satisfied with all of these and all of the progress I made in 2019. So a couple here just to plug in some holes. And a lot of these were in dollar boxes, which have been insanely popular in the month of December. And I have done extremely well. This is probably my biggest pickup of the show for the Cabrera collection. I've done insanely well picking through dollar boxes and selling cards out of my dollar boxes as well. And I've been thinking about it a lot and just spectating shows, because when I'm not busy, I'm kind of looking around to see what people are looking at. And I see a lot of people shoulder to shoulder at some of these dollar boxes. And there was one gentleman who sat at a dollar box in the row where my table was at for probably 2 hours. I'm not exaggerating at all there. He sat there for probably 2 hours going through for his set building needs. I know there's not too many set builders out there, but I've run across quite a few at the shows, believe it or not. It's kind of an art form that isn't as prevalent in the hobby today. But I'm really thinking about trying to add more to my dollar boxes. You can see in the clip there kind of what I have right now. But I wanted to add even more to it and keep just bulking those up because they've been tremendous sellers. I have people who will drop $40 at a time on my dollar boxes, and that adds up very quickly. So I will keep going with the higher end stuff as well. It's about balance, so I want to make sure I have a good balance of things. But let me know what you guys think about that. Are dollar boxes something that you are fanatical about at shows? Do you like to go in and look for deals, or are you more so looking for bigger cards for your PC, or maybe some autographs or relics to get for your PC? Just kind of curious. I know what I try to do, but I'm kind of a weirdo who super collects one guy, so I'm always looking at everything, but just kind of curious to see what the mindset is out there to kind of better prepare myself. So if you feel like you want to share, let me know. But let me show off some more cards here. So giant stack of slabs that I got, and I only got 2 raw cards to sell. I hope you are sitting down for this first one because it's a Harold Baines autograph reprint of his rookie card. This was a few years ago. Topps Archives release. So Hall of Fame autograph that I got for $5. I figured at the very least it was worth the laughs and showing it off on camera. So hopefully that pays off. But why not? This one right here, the only reason I knew to pick this up is because of my super collecting ways. It is the Royal Rookies Futures from 2000 of Miggy, the limited edition rookie. These are kind of tough to find. Recently, they've been selling for fairly cheap on eBay. There's been some really good deals on them, but they don't pop up all that often, and this was only marked at $5, and I know that it's definitely worth more than $5. So I have this. If it's not getting the price that I really want on it here in the last month or so of the off season, I have no problem holding this for a while, but it's actually a really tough card to find, so I'm sure that I will find someone at some point who will want to add it to their collection. And then the giant stack of slabs. So these are kind of some lower end pickups here. I did pick up a lot of cards for my dollar box, but these were in a box of slabs for a gentleman who is kind of getting out of the game at the end of January. So when I learned that, I went over to his table, which had kind of been picked over already, but I tried to see what I could do. We kind of worked out a deal. So I got all of these slabs for $3 a piece, and I was pretty happy with that. So I got a little variety here. These were the ones I got on day 1. This is an Andre Johnson rookie from 2003 Topps, future Hall of Famer in my opinion for football. Tough card to get a 10 on because of the colored borders. This is a really good looking 9. It's got 2 little white dots here on the corners, but very well centered for a future Hall of Fame rookie. Cannot go wrong with that. This guy is also going to be in his Sports Hall of Fame. This is Dirk here. Look how young he is. Kind of crazy to think. This is in an 8. This card looks fantastic. Love this. 98 Stadium Club. So couldn't go wrong there. And then this one, all of these are kind of going to be ones I stash away for the day 1 side of things. This is a Jordan Groshans. The first 2 more so waiting until they get into the Hall of Fame, which is going to be several years down the road since both of them recently retired. This one, more so when he gets called up. So Groshans is going to kind of be the missing piece here to the Blue Jays' young infield. You guys know they have Vladdy, and they got Biggio, and they got Bichette. And Groshans is probably going to be the one who rounds out their infield. I don't know who's going to go where necessarily. I think Biggio will move to first base, and this guy will play second or short. Bichette moving to second. We'll see. But this is a first Bowman refractor. It's the purple, number to 250 in a PSA 9. So kind of like a little lottery ticket thing here. I'm sure that when he gets called up, this card will be hot, and that's when I'll probably put it out in the showcase. But at this price point, even if Jordan Groshans never makes the big leagues, which he's a top 100 prospect, so I think he has a good chance to at least get a shot. I'm only out $3 on it, so low risk, high reward type of pickup there. And then these were on day 2. This is a card that I don't mind putting out right away because he is a hot commodity when I go to Indy and Fort Wayne. This is a Peyton Manning 98 Collector's Edge rookie in a 9, and it's a Manning rookie for $3 slab. So I really could not ask for much more on that one. And the last 9 slabs are actually all the same card in the same grade. They're all Shohei Ohtani Bowmans. I'm guessing that whoever sent these in sent in a large order of this card, kept the 10s, and decided to move all of the 9s. And it worked out for me because I guess this guy had bought up the collection that had a ton of these slabs in it. So these at $3 a piece, I think you probably get 10 for each one in a 9. That's a good little option. You can pick these up for less than it costs to get them graded yourself. So a lot of these look really clean too. I'm sure I'm not going to do this obviously, but if I were to crack out some of them, I bet you a couple of them would come back as 10s, but that's not really what I picked them up for. I picked them up to sell them as 9s and kind of hold some of them for a while because I think that Ohtani is actually a little bit low right now. A lot of people are kind of forgetting about him, and he's still got the chance to be a legend in the making. Not so much a legend in terms of, I don't think he's going to be an all-time great by any means, but I think that he's going to be a player that, if he has a very solid career, he'll be collected for many years to come. He'll be a fan favorite. So I'm definitely rooting for him. I know some of you guys out there are as well. And my final pickup is a card I've never owned before, and it is probably one of the most recognizable cards in the post-war era of baseball cards. That would be the '89 Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. Now, in my opinion, this card is actually a bit overgraded. You can see it's a little off-center there on the front, left to right. And then you got some centering issues on the back with the sticker, and it kind of looks like it's more so shifted down here. But I'm not going to complain about that by any means. It's just a little observation I had. This is a very popular card, and I got this for a really, really good price, probably 70% of what it should go for. So I couldn't go wrong with this. It was cool to own it. This card will probably be moved by the time that you end up seeing this video, just because I bought this kind of to be a quicker flip, and I'm going to try to move it actually here right after I finish recording. But happy to at least temporarily own a Griffey rookie. It's kind of cool to hold this card. Like I said, I've never owned one before, so that's one of the cool things about doing what I do, is sometimes I come into contact with some cards that I get to pick up and hold on to for a little bit and appreciate them, and that's definitely the case here, so very happy to have that. Alright, so that was the recap. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it today. Really appreciate you checking out the video. Again, if you have any feedback about the dollar box idea that I have, appreciate it in the comments down below, but at the very least, want to wish you all a very happy new year. Thank you for all your support of my channel in 2019. It means more to me than you could ever imagine. The community here is incredible. So definitely, if you see someone in the comments that you're not familiar with and they have a channel, go check it out. There's a lot of great people in this community, and if you reach out to them, you're going to be pretty happy with what you find, I would say. So thank you guys so much again. I will be sure to see you in 2020.